Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to this course on Excel for Business Analytics by Dyson Analytics. And in this lecture, we are actually going to talk about adding notes and comments to your Excel files. So, when you're actually working in the corporate sector or in an organization, and since I said in the beginning, Excel sort of runs the corporate sector. So there is a high amount of probability that there is going to be a lot of traffic of you receiving or sending a lot of Excel files that you're actually receiving from your counterparts, your colleagues, or the people that you work with. Now, sometimes you have to sift through those files or look at those files, and then you sometimes need to give your feedback on those numbers or on those files. And the best way to do that is to actually either create notes and comments. So I'm just going to give you a quick example of what's the difference between these two, how to set them up, and what's the difference between these two, and how they can actually make your life a lot easier. So let's assume that you received this small table or this file from your colleague, and he wants you to look at the numbers. And you, while looking at the numbers, you find some sort of an error. Let's say that this was actually incorrect, and you want to leave a comment for him, uh, so that he can actually refer back to it and make this correction. So you can actually start a conversation by right clicking on the cell that you want to comment on and going to the option right over here at the bottom which says new comment. So once you actually click on new comment, it actually pops up a window and says start a conversation, or tells you to start a conversation. So what you can do is you can actually write your observations over here, telling your colleague that this is something that's wrong with the file. So I can actually just put that over here. I think these numbers are incorrect or off. And once you actually click enter, it actually then pops up another window which is for the reply. So essentially your once your colleague actually sees this number, he can actually, or sees this comment, to be honest, actually he can actually then correct it and then give a counter comment that okay, agreed, I will fix this. So now you can actually sort of track that what is going on, and how that actually keeps a quality check on your progress. You can actually consistently go back and forth with the same file and update your progress on the comments. So you actually come to a conclusion where that your data is fine, and its sanity has been checked. All right. In addition to that, let's assume that you want to make a note of something that you've observed, and you want to make a note for yourself. You don't want to, you don't want to, you don't want anyone to comment on it. You don't want to actually start a conversation on it. You just want it for your own record. So Excel also gives you the option of notes. You can access those notes from over here by actually right clicking on where you, by selecting the cell where you want to add the note, then right clicking and then going to new note. So in new note, you can actually simply write my observation is that this number seems incorrect and I need to check it. So this is a note that will be visible in the Excel file, but it's actually for your own facilitation. It's not for open comment or anything that needs to be discussed. It's something that is on your side, and you need to fix this or you need to check it. So this is actually how you can actually make a record inside the document of that thing, so you can actually remember it in the future. Now these notes are actually important, and these comments are important because uh, we did discuss the find function, and you can actually use the find function to actually refer to specific notes. So let's say that you remember the observation but you don't remember in your Excel model where that observation was. You can just simply go to control find, and then you can actually go to options, and then you can actually select what you are trying to find, and you want Excel to find it specifically in comments and notes. You can actually do that as well over here. So it's really cool that Excel has given you this ability to not only leave a breadcrumb trail of whatever you're actually finding, but also to share that breadcrumb trail for other people or other colleagues for their comments. But then you also search that reference that you left in the Excel sheet whenever you want to, by actually invoking the find function in Excel, and telling Excel to go and find whatever you're looking for in the notes or the comments. So I think this should always come in handy for people who are in the data analyst field, accountants or finance people who are actually looking to add a lot of numbers and have to perform a lot of checks and balances. So this should really come in handy. I hope this lecture was of benefit to you, and see you in the next lecture.